All right, guys, so in this video, I want to talk about my 93 Ford Mustang that I bought as a 4-cylinder. Now, I know some guys have, you know, they like to say my car is an original V8 car, but could buying a 4-cylinder car be the way to get you a good Foxbody for cheap that has a 4-cylinder, so you know it really hasn't been abused like that? So if you buy one that's still a 4-cylinder, probably ain't much damage being done to it. But I'm gonna get mine uncovered and we're gonna talk about what I've spent in my Foxbody and can you get a V8, a nice V8 for the same price. Y'all hanging out with me, let me get this thing uncovered. God is everything. Without God, I'm nothing. All right, guys, so while I'm getting this car cover off real quick, man, I might not have every single little part, but majority of the big stuff I have, right? So I just want to say that and get that clear, because I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that. All right, yeah, I forgot it. But like I said, most of the big stuff I got y'all a price for, and you can make your determination and say, hey, maybe I'd rather just buy a V8 so I ain't got to do what you did. You know, if that's your choice, that's why I'm making this video, because I want you to be able to make that choice and say what you want to do. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so if you're new here, this is my 93 Ford Mustang LX with a 2.4 liter, with a 2.2. I don't know what it is. I think it's a 2.4 4-cylinder. But anyway, 2.3 4-cylinder. There we go. But anyway, it did not come with these wheels. Just a quick backstory on it. It did not come with these wheels. My cousin upgraded his Foxbody and those wheels just been sitting. I said, hey man, let me get them wheels. He said, hey, go get them. I don't care. So I went and got them, threw them out here just to get a car a little bit of uplift. I don't have any of the old wheels, but anybody who know the little 14-inch little hubcap look like your grandmama driving it, 4-cylinder wheels, those were on here. They had to go. They had to go. Now these wheels won't be on here either. I actually bought some wheels that I'm gonna put on here from I think LMR, the chrome wheels, whatever. If I can find a picture, I'll leave y'all a picture over here. But has blue interior right now. I absolutely hate it, but it doesn't look bad. Isn't bad for it to be a 93, I should say. At least the dashboard isn't bad. The seats really dirty, but not really like ripped up horribly or nothing like that. Back seat looks pretty good, but like I said, it's just blue. I hate the blue. Let's see what else do I need to tell y'all about this thing. It will stay white and it will keep the 7.5 for now until I tie it up. If I tie it to 7.5, I will get another one. If I see a deal on a 7.5 when I get Iron Man back on the road, I will go ahead and pick one up, but I will not be putting it in because I'm curious to see how will this 7.5 hold up. The other price that will not be listed is transmission in this, because I don't know what a transmission will cost. You can find a good deal on a transmission, or you can say bump it and go get one built. At this point, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, so y'all just bear with me on that. But let's get into it. I got everything written down right here. Now the first price I'm gonna give y'all is gonna be the price with the car. All right, so let's jump right into it. So back in 2021, I bought this car, and this car was $850. Car sat for a while, and I said, I bought the car because I want to do something with it, but I wasn't sure. I said, do I want to go LS, or you know, do I want to go Coyote, or what do I want to do? Because y'all may say, oh man, you're a Chevy guy. I'm not a Chevy guy. I got a Dodge, I got Chevy, Ford, I even got a Honda. So I'm a car enthusiast. I like cars. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, and at the time I was like, okay, let me finish some of this stuff I got before I buy something else. Then I said, okay, I'm tired of looking at this car, let's do something with it. What's the cheapest way that I can get a motor in this car? And yeah, a LS would have been cheap, but a LS also would have required more modification as far as getting it to bolt into the car. I would have had to get a K-member, etc., etc. I said, okay, what would almost bolt directly in here? A 5.0. Boom. So I went and got a 5.0 that my granddaddy had laying around. Turned out it wasn't a roller block. It turned out to be a flat tappet block. And I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to run a flat tappet cam. So instead, I took that block, tore it down, and just put it on the engine stand. Inside, because I was like, man, I want to run a roller cam, but I don't want to run the little link ball lifter because I didn't want to spend all that money, you know, for a 5.0. So I said, okay, I'm gonna turn that block into a stroker. If I got to spend the money in some hydraulic roller, you know, link ball lifters, that motor gonna make some power. So I put it on the engine stand. It's still in there right now. All I've gotten for that build is the crank. I do have a 331. Well, could be a 331, whatever. But I got the crank to make a 331. So after that I stopped buying stuff for that. And oh, I do got a solid roller cam. So yeah, that engine gonna have a solid roller cam in it. But anyway, called around and I said, hey, let's see if I can find a GT40 headed motor. Called around and I found a GT40 P-headed engine for $450. And it might end up being $500 because I think I might have had a $50 core or something like that. So $850 for the car, let's just say $500 for the engine. Looking up cams, I know a lot of guys run the B cams and the alphabet cams and stuff like that. But I listened to Anderson cams, the N41 cam, and I liked how it sounded. It sounds really good. So I bought the N41 cam. I can't remember what it was at the time. Couldn't find my order, but the cam now is $469. I can't remember what it was at the time when I bought it. I'm not sure. I think it was $4 something. But anyway, cam is now $469. That's not including shipping or tax or anything. None of these prices include shipping and taxes. So this was a 97 Ford Explorer engine. So if you know anything about the engine, they have coils on them. And I'm thinking in order to run coils, you got to have a computer. So I'm trying to make this build as simple as possible. So well, I'm gonna put an HEI distributor in it. I know a lot of Ford guys don't run the HEI distributors. That's for the Chevy guys. But just for me, for simplicity, I'm running the HEI distributor, which is gonna be $70.95. Carburetor intake, cheap carburetor intake off Amazon. I may do a little port into it, whatever, I may not. $145.99. The intake gasket is $13.11. The water pump is $28.54. Water pump was a little rusty, so I'm gonna replace it. This is not a must. If you buy one and your water pump looks good, I think a water pump is easy to replace. Some people say, hey, go ahead and do it while you're there, but I think water pumps are pretty easy to replace. So I say use your best judgment. Valve cover gaskets are $27.65. I do recommend replacing your head gaskets and your head bolts, but guess what? You don't have to. I just decided to go into my engine and just double check everything because I said, hey, I'm gonna hit this thing with a little bit of nitrous. I just want to make sure everything is gonna be there. After that, I went ahead and done the freeze plugs. They were $18.59. Timing gasket, the little gaskets for the timing covers, that was $9.96. Timing chain, like I said, once again, this is something you don't have to do. So you could literally take this price and shave it down to almost nothing. What I failed to mention at the beginning of this video, when I bought this engine, I started off with a $1,000 budget. That included the price of the engine. Started pricing some stuff, and I quickly noticed the cam I wanted to run would easily put me right at my $1,000 mark. So then it would lead me to not be able to do what I want to do. Now, after I dived into this engine, I was like, okay, this thing was fine. I mean, the rings look fine. All the bearings look fine. I mean, I literally could have ran this car. That motor probably would have ran another 10, 15 years probably if I had taken good care of it. Perfect motor, you know, no. I mean, the worst thing I can say about it is the cylinder wall. I mean, not the cylinder, but the pistons was just really like, I don't know what you would call it, but it had a lot of deposits on the top of the piston, which I got off. But anyway, new cam bearings. I don't know if I gave y'all the price of the timing chain. We're just gonna start at that. Timing chain, $41.99. Cam bearings, $29.99. Piston rings, $63.63. Rod bearings, $49.99. Crank bearings, $23.39. I bought a boat kit, which is like just a boat overhaul kit, new oil pan bolts, new. Now, I will say this, some of them did not fit. Specifically that I can think of right off the top of my head was the water pump bolts. Might want to try to get the correct water pump stud bolts because they just weren't long enough. Everything else that I used so far though, it was fine. I don't think I needed an oil pan. I think the Explorer oil pan is pretty much the same as the Ford oil pan, or at least they looked it, you know, identical. Don't quote me on that, but the Mustang pan and the Explorer pan looked identical, like to the point where I was like, dang, I didn't even have to buy one. I don't know, but I threw the new one on anyway. But anyway, a new pan was $64.69. The gasket was $40.71. The front seal that goes around the crank, I replaced that. It was $8. The rear main seal was $17.88. I was sponsored a set of headers by one of my new partners, Flash Shark. I'm gonna take y'all out there and show them to you. But if I forget, go back to a previous video, you'll see where I got those headers. They are super cool. I seen another guy in my comment section on Facebook say he also used them and they in his car. So hoping I had the same amount of luck. But anyway, last thing is spark plugs, which would be $32.22. The total with the car and everything is less than $3,000. $27.49.25. Now, that price will probably be a bit more with taxes. None of this stuff had taxes on it. I just went and got the prices and boom. Other miscellaneous stuff, like I had to get the car towed here. The car ran and it runs. The guy just said, I don't know if I would trust it. It sat for a while. This car, the guy originally wanted like, and that's how I just know this car was meant for me. The guy originally wanted like, it was a crazy number. It might have been like $2,200 or like $3,200 or something for this car. And I messaged the guy and he was like, hey, somebody wanted it or whatever. And I think he might have said the guy offered him $1,500. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take the car and make a hot rod out of it. Now I know this is a trick that a lot of people like to use, but I was being honest. I said, hey man, I said, you can take the motor and transmission out of it if you want to, because I don't even want it. I just want the body. I'm just wanting the body to turn it into, you know, a nice, I won't even say a drag car, but a nice road track car. And I offered him like $1,000 or something. Oh no, I offered him something really low. And we made it back up to like $850. And he said $850, man. I was actually over the road driving trucks at the time, and I would be gone a week at a time driving flatbed. Man, I came back in that Friday, and I can't remember how when I got it that Friday or that Saturday, but as soon as I got the opportunity, I was there. I had my boy Chris Houston towing. Y'all go check him out if you need a car towed in the Middle Georgia area. He the man for it. He's told that. I got a 13 Challenger that I thought the clutch had went out in it. He's told that. No damage, no nothing. Everything was perfect. And that car sits really low. So if you worry about your low cars, he got you. But anyway, so the next thing, let me give y'all a price without the car. Without the car, you would be at $1899.27. And like I said, if you don't break into the motor, you wouldn't have to worry about, I mean, if you can get the computer and everything, you don't really have to worry about a distributor. The intake was a questionable part. Not really, because that's a carburetor, you know what I'm saying? I already got a carburetor, so I did not include the price of a carburetor. But anyway, you can probably get away with that. You could probably get away with timing chain, timing gasket set. You can get away with a lot of stuff. Some of this stuff I would probably do just so I ain't got all leaks all over my engine, but some of this stuff you could have got away with. Rod bearings, crank bearings, cam bearings, crank bearings. You probably could have got away with all that, which probably would have dropped that price tremendously. And if you go with a cheaper cam, you can save a couple bucks there. But anyway, the transmission situation. So my cousin recently found a T5 out of a newer, I call them SN95, but it's a SN95 body style Mustangs. He found a T5 out of a V6, and it worked pretty good in his car other than second gear. He said it felt really smooth other than when he got down on it. So that's the route I'm gonna take. I think he spent $100 and something on that thing. So that's definitely gonna be the route I'm looking to take. No luck finding one right now, or I've seen a few, but the sites I'm checking, they don't have the, if it's an automatic or 5-speed, and I would have to go to the yard and look and all this and that. But the one near me, I know for sure doesn't have any T5s in them. So like I said, man, let's let me take y'all out here to the shop, take a look at the engine, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so excuse the mess in the shop. Y'all know how it is. If you got a shop, you know I ain't got to even explain it to you. It get messy, you clean it up, you start a new project, it get right back dirty. But anyway, all right, so this is the engine. These are the headers that I got from Flash Shark for $165. They are shorty headers, but I can say that every one of these spark plugs should be pretty easy to get to. Especially they sell a short socket too for these GT40P headers. They sell a short socket also that will also make it that much easier. But anyway, so yeah, so this water pump is not the water pump that's gonna be on here. This water pump actually started to kind of disintegrate a little bit around the things, so that's why I reuse them. But anyway, the heads are just sitting on, still waiting on head gaskets. Once I get the head gaskets, that'll basically be it. Intake gaskets, put the intake on, get the distributor, and bam, we'll be in the game. Even though I don't have a transmission just yet, I am gonna sit the engine in and start this thing up. I do want to hear it. I got to hear it. I'm not gonna wait till I find a T5. It'll be nice to find one between now and then, but I'm not gonna wait until I find one and say, oh, I'm not gonna put it in until then. I'm gonna go ahead and sit it in the car and be done with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a clutch on it and everything. That way I'm committed and we there. So anyway, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to another one, man. Just a quick update on Foxy. Man, here, listen to me, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I've been thinking about, that I've been super excited about. I got the El Camino right here. Y'all can see the back of it. It has a 5.3 with a cam in it. This is a 5-liter that's going in my Mustang with a cam in it. Iron Man has just got a rebuilt engine. It now has a cam in it. There's a lot of big things coming for the Challenger, which is my 2013 Dodge Challenger. There's a lot of things coming for that. It's also going to be cam. The fleet is going to be crazy. If you haven't taken the opportunity to hit that subscribe button yet, you might want to go ahead and do that right now, because the content finna be crazy. The content is about to be crazy, man. It's about to be through the roof. About to have a bunch of bad rides that we're gonna be taking to the track. We're gonna be racing them. We're gonna be, I ain't gonna speak on too much, but we might be, you know, doing a little street stuff. But we ain't gonna put it out there. But mostly we're gonna be trying to do this thing the legal way, because I got CDLs. I have a CDL right now, so definitely ain't trying to use it, because I wanna get a car hauler, put my cars on it, and take them out to the car show. If I lose my CDL, nothing I can do. So anyway, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to another one. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank y'all for watching.